Hi everyone, it's Robin. Welcome back to the nest. If you're 18 or under 18 years of age, please turn this channel off now. This content is intended for you. Isn't intended for you. Sorry. Hi everyone. So I'm back. I hope the glare isn't too terribly bad on this, but I did my first pocket letter. Yay! This was one of those unfinished projects that I had started and never finished. And I wanted to share it with you because I think that it turned out so cute. I have to admit, I struggled with it, and it took me a lot longer to make it than what I thought it would. But I'm thrilled with the way that it turned out. So I thought that I would just show you what all I did. Of course, I'm finishing up using the remainder of my Snow and Cocoa paper pad. Yes, it's taken me 2 months to do it, but that's okay too. You know, life gets in the way sometimes. So anyway, so there was a little strip in one of the sheets that had these little banners connected together, and I thought, oh, I have to do this on here and see how it hangs. I used, if you can see right there, I used little eyelets to attach this, and the recipient of this can just untie it and put it on another project or something, or just leave it on there or whatever. But I did fix it to where it was removable. And then I'll flip this over like that to where you can see each one. I made, I added one of the little rosettes here that I made out of cupcake liners. And then I had a snowflake punch that I put on top of that, and then some chunky glitter that I just punched a circle out. And then behind the liner, I used some eyelet trim and then a piece of the ephemera. And each one of these, they're not glued to these little pockets. And the reason that you can see my sewing machine over here is because I sewed my little pockets. And to be perfectly honest with you, the We Are Memory Keepers Stitch Happy, just, it isn't anything like using a real sewing machine. But it is what it is, and my stitching isn't the best in the world with that, but it's still really cute, I think. And then the next one is one of these little ephemeras that I had purchased and did with you all in a video months ago. And then this one over here is just some ephemera that I used to put together, and then one of the pieces that was cut apart from the paper pad. And then I have some little teeny tiny stars and hearts that I added there, and I stapled over here. And then I used part of my I used some of my Snowmaker pen and put that on that one. And then on this one, this is just some ephemera that that I put together to where the recipient could just pop it on a card. And I tried to keep them relatively flat, but you can see there that all they have to do is pop off the foam squares and glue it onto a paper and be done with it. But I'm still using this eyelash trim. I love that eyelash trim. So in love with it. And then for the center, the two pocket letters that I've received, they had they turned the center part into a shaker card, but on mine I just put a piece of the acetate ephemera that I had. There's little fuzzies down in there from the eyelash trim. Can't get them out. Oh well. There we go. So I just put that in the center. And then this one here is removable too, that I just made out of some of the ephemera and some of the wording that was cut apart on the paper, and more little eyelash trim, so they can just pull it out, pop it on a card, and off it goes. And then down here I just well, that's stuck. Stuck. I don't know what happened. I just used one of the little tags and put a piece of some of my scraps that I had left over, and then I added a little snowflake brad in the center, and then a teeny tiny little star. And you'll see stars throughout this because the person getting this loves stars. So, hint, hint. And then this one right here is just another cut apart, and then just a piece of my scrap gold paper, because I don't even throw these little things away, because you all know how expensive the specialty papers are. And just little touches I think are precious. But I'll pull this one out and show you a little bit better. So see, I just layered it like that, and then added a little bit of the eyelash trim. And then this right here is one of the buttons that I've made and had in my stash. I just used a stamp and then put it on little pieces of wood, and so I popped that on there because the pink was right. And there's another little star. And then this one right here has another star on it, of course, and it's just some crepe paper that I took, and then I used my little fringe scissors and cut it, and just to make another little embellishment. And these are, I don't have any idea where I even bought these from. Oh yeah, I do. Stampin' Up. I'm sure that they were on clearance because I love their products. But I always go to the clearance section first. But there's just another little piece of scrap that I had of the glitter paper, and then a piece of the chipboard from the collection, and a piece of my scrap. So it's ready to go, and I even put a little glue dot on the back of that for them. Now I'll get it back down in there without messing up the print. Well, I'll do it off camera. So then over here on the side, I added 2 layers of washi tape, and it sort of bubbled, but I still think it's cute. And then I added Susan, when Susan sent me hers, and I owe her one of these. Hopefully I'll get a chance soon to make her one, but she had added all these trims and stuff to hers, so I put in some of that fur trim that I'm so in love with, and then I also had hauled some of this little eyelash trim that's in a pink as well, and then some of the, of course, I had to add some of the iridescent eyelash trim that I've been using so much of, and then I tied it together with some of my baker's twine, and it's the same twine that I used to hold the banner up. And then over here on the side, let's see if I can hold it up here and show you. I made just a little dangle from it, and these are all removable. All you have to do is untie the bow over here, but just a little dangle that has some beads, some different beads on it, and a little snowflake charm that Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing had sent me, and I just added a jump ring to it to add to the bottom. And then I had this little pink star in my stash that I added a jump ring to as well. So anyway, those are all held on there with the with nothing but the baker's twine, so they can be reused however the recipient wants. But all that I did, if you're curious as to how I did that, is I just I ran my baker's twine through each one of these because they had large, you know, the large holes. I ran it through each one of them and then looped it back up to where it would hold the little charms on and all. And then I just let these dangle from the bottom of this little wire wrapped bead. with my hands the way they are, I struggle with any kind of beadwork anymore, so I didn't try using wire or anything. So I'll flip that back over there, and then I'll show you what I put on the back. Inside of each one of these has little embellishments, and I won't go through each one of them, but anyway, that's what's in there. So I just tried to use like this little tag here. I just altered these, not as much, but as I did on the front, but still they can just be removed and popped on a card. So this one right here, I just added one of the little hearts. I just added some eyelash trim to this little piece of ephemera. And then just some of my scraps on this one. Just some scraps and little stars. And this was part of a cut apart from the collection, and a scrap piece from the back. And you'll see the jagged edge down here where you rip it from the paper pad. I didn't cut that off because I like that look. I think it's cute. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but I really like that look. And then on this one over here, this was just another piece of my scrap, you know, trying to use all that paper up. This is part of the cut aparts that I just backed with some of the champagne glitter paper. And then, excuse me, and then the little snowman was a piece of the ephemera, and I used my snow pen to make him look a little bit more dimensional, and added a little pom-pom. Then here I just added some blue bling. And then at the bottom, here's just another little piece of ephemera that I put on top of another piece of scrap, and added 3 little gold stars that I had punched out. And whoops, I'm going to have to figure out how to keep that in. And then the next one, this is just one of the little bears, and it was actually a tag, but I cut the little hole part off the top, and I made his little eyes, little glittery eyes, by using a little punch that I had. Added a little pom-pom, piece of the cut apart, backed with some glitter, the champagne glitter paper. Then I used the washi tape here at the side just to add a little bit more sparkle to it. And then the last one, I just layered up a piece of the ephemera, and then I used a snowflake punch that I have, and then a little star here. And so that is it. I guess I need to put another thing there. But see, I'll show you. This is how I stitched them using the Stitch Happy. I just stitched them on either side. All I did was fold them up, and then used a circle punch to make a little pull for them. But if you'll see the back, that's not the greatest, but you know, you're sewing on paper, so I guess that's okay. It's the best that I can do with that machine. It stitches. It works. It's just different if you've ever sewn with a real sewing machine. I'm not saying that this isn't a real sewing machine. It's just well, it's just different. Yeah, so I'll just put a paper clip there to hold that in. This one's staying in because it's so tight. So anyway, that is my very first pocket letter ever, and I was completely inspired to do this because I had received a pocket letter from Sarah, who I had been watching make them. They've been making these for years, and I just never got into it when they first started making them, but I really wanted to try it. So I received one. Shh, Zoe. Sorry, guys. No. So I received one from, sorry about that, guys. She must have heard a ding. She goes nuts when the doorbell rings. Anyway, I was really inspired by Sarah, and then she sent me one, and then so did Susan. Hi, ladies. So I had to make one. but I still need to make another one to send to Susan. But then I wanted to tell you all what else I have going on, and to let you know that I may be a little AWOL again, but you know that I have the baby shower coming up that I need to prepare for and work on. But I've already started on my invitations. I need to make 70 of them, so I have to go today and get some more supplies. But I'm using this Sizzix die to make the invitations, and it's the layered elegant card die, and I don't remember where I picked this up at, but I feel sure that it was probably on clearance or on sale, because you know that's just how I do things. But it's layered, so you get both layers, and it makes it much easier. But these are the little these are the invitations that I've made, and all I'll have to do now is I've made 16 of them so far. But all that I'll have to do now is take and print off the information on the front about the date and where and all. And then on the back, I thought that I would put where, print off another sheet where they're registered and maybe directions to the venue. So, and I figured I'm supposed to have some help on this, so I figured even someone who wasn't crafty, you know, could do that. If I had all of these done and ready for them to go, then someone not even crafty could go ahead and put that information on the back. But that's where I am. I'm you know, it's tutus and tiaras for me, pink everywhere right now. But she's our daughter wanted. She doesn't want anything cheesy or real themey, you know, and also she wanted, she thought that pink, white, and gold would be pretty, so I'm going to make it, and she's wanting a bunch of those big jumbo flowers, so I'm going to be making those as well as a backdrop, and I've already started on it, but I have to go get more cardstock and more gold paper. So, since they have it on sale at Hobby Lobby right now, I have to go get it now while I can, because I'm going to need a lot of it. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. But I was really, really, really excited about sharing the pocket letter with me. And I'm also going to the post office today while I'm out, to where I can get all these things in the mail. But I wanted to show you this before I send it out. And then more than likely you will see who the recipient is when they receive it. So it's going to be a surprise. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope that you're having a wonderful week. I also want to say, Judy from my Scrapbook Loft, I am praying for you and your husband. And Alicia, you're in my prayers as well, who is Alicia's Crafty Hoplop. And P, my sweet P, please keep her in your prayers, as well as Susan's family, who is sick again. So yeah, let's just lift each other up in prayer. It's and also I don't know if she watches my channel. I know she used to, but Charlize from Charlize, oh, I can't remember her name's Lisa. She's been in and out of the hospital, and I don't know that she's doing great, but I've been praying for her and my friend Sue, who was Crafty Artist Sue. She's taken her channel down now, but they're all in my prayers, as well as Sybil B. There's so many. I have a prayer list that's very long, but yeah, let's just lift each other up in prayer. And yeah, so anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.